All right, so today I'm going to show you how I edit a video in iMovie. You can edit in anything you want, but I'm going to do this little series. I'll probably do one in iMovie, I'll do one in CapCut, and maybe one somewhere else. So when you open up iMovie, iMovie is great because it's free. So if you want to get started editing, you just open it, right? This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to hit create new movie, right? And I'm going to import my file from my recording. Going to drag and drop it in here. Okay, you'll notice over here, this is where I can actually lengthen the timeline so I can make it more manageable. And first thing I'm going to go do, some editing softwares will have a feature where they're just going to go in and remove all the spaces for you. So where you have like or you pause because you're trying to think about something. iMovie doesn't do that. There's no AI feature or anything, so we just got to go in and do it all manual. Nice thing is that this is a free software, so if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you have a Mac, just use iMovie for a while. Let's just play it and see what's happening. So you're posting consistently, right? You're following all the advice you see online. You're putting in the hours consistently. Okay, so you see how I have little segments there where I'm like thinking, or maybe I need to reference my notes. So I'm just going to go through now and I'm going to edit all that down. I'm going to edit all those pieces out. And then actually iMovie has a feature where you can come in here. You see this little, see my cursor right here above the display window. So I can do this and I can come in and I can speed that up later. And I can actually I can select a section of the video. I can pick a selection to speed up. I'm going to go ahead now and edit all the spaces out, but it's going to take a while. So then when before I put this video up on YouTube, I'll just speed that up. I'll come into this setting here, I'll put it on fast. You can pick actually how fast and I'll speed it up so you guys don't have to watch me for like 30 minutes editing out spaces like here. Now, the shortcut you're gonna do to split the track is gonna be Command B, right? Press Command B. It's gonna split that track. This is all unnecessary video, right? I've highlighted it, just hit delete. Boom, right? Now I'm starting at the beginning. So you're posting consistently, right? Just cut all that dead space out. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come and cut down using Command B. I'm just gonna cut this space out, right? Watch this. Right? You're following all the advice you see on, so I can even I can select this one and even pull it in a little bit. You can see down here, the waves, this is your sound, right? So I can even pull this in to make it a little speedier, right? Let's see what that sounds like. So you're posting consistently, right? You're following all the advice you see online. You're putting in the hours consistently. Thoughts, right? Cut out the thoughts. Nobody wants to see me having thoughts. Okay, and you can cut it or you can just pull it in right there. And check it, what? Hours consistently. No, I got to do a little bit more because I'm looking up. Let's get it to right where I'm. Right there. See, I'm looking at the camera. Boom. The hours consistently. You're putting in the hours. Boom, boom, boom. Watch this. Consistently. But cut a little bit more out. See where it's like right here where I need to be to make it smooth. Consistently, but your YouTube channel is not. All right, so this is what it looks like from the beginning now. Watch this. So you're posting consistently, right? You're following all the advice you see online. You're putting in the hours consistently, but your YouTube channel is not getting you any clients, and it's frustrating. I get it. Right, great. So I'm gonna go through this whole video. I'm gonna edit all that down like that. I'm gonna do it real fast and then I'm gonna come in and speed it up for you, and I'll talk to you on the other end, all right? So let me just get started. So this is going to be a little bit meta, but I've exported the entire video that you just watched that I'm now going to edit. But I wanted to show you that feature with iMovie, right? So this section and this section, right? That's 52 minutes and 5 minutes, right? 52 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay, so I edited, that was like a 12-minute film. Yeah, it took me about 55, 56 minutes to edit, 58 minutes, 57. It took me 57 minutes to edit all the little pieces out, right? You can do this faster with other editing softwares, but I just wanted to show you that you can do it with iMovie. So I do not want you guys to watch a 57-minute long ass take of me editing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select these, the 57 minutes of me editing, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm gonna take the volume all the way down. Now I don't need any volume there. Then I'm gonna go over here to this little feature with the speedometer. Yeah, I'm gonna speed it right up. Okay. So right now we've got it on 2x, right? I want it on 20x. Okay, what's that gonna do? 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Okay, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know. If people want to watch 2 minutes and 15 seconds of me editing, let's see what it looks like. So on a big video like that, you can watch me edit. You can watch me edit for 2 minutes if you want. I'm condensing an hour down to 2 minutes, right? So that's fun. So what I'm gonna do now is I don't want to edit the whole thing in iMovie because I don't want to edit the whole thing in iMovie. I showed you how to do that once, right? This is a 26-minute film. So I'm gonna just export it out of here and edit it somewhere else. So ProRes, 80p, video and audio, bam, bam, bam. This is iMovie demo after speed adjustment parts 1 and 2. Right, great, awesome. 26 minutes, that's fine. Next. Boom. So you're gonna get this little pie right here. Okay, there you go. When it starts exporting, you see the pie starts to fill up. La, 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 la. Okay, and when it's done, it's done. It'll tell you it's finished. So that is this part of the video. Okay, so once you're done editing everything down and all the spaces, you can come back up here and just drag this down so it's nice and small. One of the downsides also, iMovie is it's not gonna reduce down any shorter than this. It's gonna keep all of these kind of at this, like, even though this is 4 seconds, this is 0.9, this is 0.7, it's gonna keep them all kind of like this. So if you have another editing software and I reduce it down as small as possible here, it's gonna, the timeline is gonna be, you know, maybe it's only gonna go to here so I can see everything better. But I've cut all the dead space, all the parts where I stuttered or where I said something that I didn't need to say. I've cut everything out and it just kind of goes like this. So you're posting consistently, right? You're following all the advice you see online, you're putting in the hour. Okay, the next thing you need to do is watch it all the way through just to make sure that your cuts work. The next thing that you want to do here, once you have everything put together, is you want to add some music, if that's what you want to do. So this is just some, a track that I pulled off of Epidemic. Yeah. So this is a clip that I pulled off of Epidemic Sound, right? It's a place where you can go and get royalty-free music. So I'm just gonna pull this volume down to like, so here we're doing percent, right? In iMovie we do percent. It's a little bit less scientific than you do in others. In other editing softwares, you're gonna have decibel level. So let me just see how this sounds. Here's the thing, it's probably not because you're not working hard enough. It's because you're working on the wrong things. This video, I'm gonna show you the 5 fundamental reasons why you use. So I'm gonna put it up to like, it's on 2, okay, 4, let's try 4. the wrong things. This video, I'm going to show you the 5 fundamental reasons why your YouTube strategy is probably not working. They do, but they're stuck. And when I look at their channels, I see, I'm going to do 3. I'm going to copy this, and it's not going to be the full length of the video. So I'm just going to, okay, let me just see if that, okay, and maybe let me see how this sounds. I help entrepreneurs grow their business, right? No clear niche or target audience. Why it's wrong. The algorithm does. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm going to pull it back to like here. And I'm going to pull this over to like here. Something like that. And so let's see how this sounds. Or target audience. And here's why that's a problem. The algorithm doesn't know who to show. Awesome. So now what I can do is I can just copy both of these together. And I can do this, right? So now I just need to edit where the two, yeah, I need to edit here. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Pull this back to here. Pull this back to like here. Pull this over. This is going to be like, what? Let's see what it sounds like. This is like a handshake, right? Hi, how are you? I do this thing, okay? 40%, another 40% should be middle of the funnel, and this is nurture, right? This is detailed tactical content. This is going to be like, watch me do a thing. Okay, that's great. Let me just, okay, so that sounds good. So really all we need to do is just, oh yeah, pull this to match. We need a little something on the end here, right? So I just pull it like to here. Let's see what this sounds like. Gonna be much more manageable. And focus on process for a year. Batch your content, okay? Film multiple the algorithm. So I'm just gonna like cut this. In iMovie, this counts as these 2 tracks being together. See this? Even though they're not touching, because they have this little divider here. So don't freak out. Just gonna copy this and paste it on the end. Hopefully it's long enough. Great. I want this actually to last a little bit longer. I don't want it to just be so abrupt. So what I'm gonna do is I want to add just a black background. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put a black background on this. 4 seconds is fine. What the hell is this? Okay. It's doing some weird. Like really chill out. All right, so pull this to the end. Let's see what's like how to do for clients. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so I'm gonna take it like here. Split it again. I'm gonna crank this up at the end, and I'm gonna pull this over. Let's see what that sounds like. This video helpful, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, awesome. Great. The other thing I need to do here is I need to put my CTA. So I have 10 minutes and 50 seconds, 11 minutes. Let's call it 10. CTA should be at like 3 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes. So let's go there and let's find a good spot. Okay, so let's start here. Let's start at like 2:30 and see. Your messaging is vague. I help entrepreneurs grow their business, right? You don't have a clear niche or target audience. And here's why that's a problem. The algorithm doesn't know who to show your video. Your messaging is vague. I help entrepreneurs grow their business, right? You don't have a clear niche or target audience. And here's why that's a problem. The algorithm doesn't know who to show your videos to, right? When someone does find your channel, they don't feel like the content is for them. So you end up attracting the wrong audience or no audience at all. Okay, I'm gonna just put it right here. Yeah, I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna split this. And we're gonna grab over here. I have a CTA that I recorded already and already cut together. I'm gonna put it here. No, I want it here. Yup. So now let's do this. your channel, they don't feel like the content is for them, so you end up attracting the wrong audience or no audience at all.
If you're a coach or consultant who's too busy for our system, check out the link in the description below this video.
Trying to serve everyone, vague messaging. Awesome. So we have our editing, we have CTA. That's all we're gonna really do. Because of the way that I'm recording these anyway, I'm making it so I don't have a lot of work. You can do a lot of other things. So you can do, if you click up here, there's a way to crop. So you can crop a shot. Like I could do, it doesn't really work for this because I'm sharing a screen, but you could take like this clip and you could crop it, you know, like down like this. Yeah, just to make it okay. And then that's gonna be like a way you can bump something in for emphasis, right? So then we play it back of your schedule, right? On this day every month, or on this day every week, or whatever it is that works for you. And then we can actually split this, and we can take this one and bump it back out, right? Just bump it back out. It's just a fun way to like, to move this, yeah. Yep. So then it looks like this, right? On this day every month, or on this day every week, or whatever it is that works for you. This is when I film. This is when I edit. You can do other stuff. You can do Ken Burns, which is like it's a bump, but it like slowly slides. It's more like a zoom, but like you can pick which direction it zooms. I'm recording in Screen Studio for this tutorial, so that has a lot of AI features, and it'll bump in when I need it to and bump out when, you know, when I'm showing you guys something with my mouse, it knows just to bump in. So I'll actually do another video where I show you how to record with Screen Studio, and actually there's an editing function as well. So eventually that will be a link up here, or I'll just throw it in the description as well. Screen Studio is pretty cool, and it saves you a lot of time from having to do things like this because it just does it for you, especially when you are sharing your screen. You can adjust your colors. You can, as I said, speed this up. You can do white balance here. You can do some color grading. You're not going to touch any of that stuff for what you're doing. And then all we need to do now is we need to export this. So I'm going to take this. Just make sure to select everything. Sometimes iMovie can do weird stuff. Just hit this button over here. And you can see it just allows me to export file, right? Make sure that it's grabbing audio and video. And I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna press next. Just call it, yeah, I don't want it there. I want to put it there. Okay. Okay, so one thing you'll need to check when you're working with iMovie is over here in your media. Even when you're done with a project, one of the issues with iMovie is that it kind of like double stacks your files. So it very, very quickly your computer is going to get full, and you're going to need to go in and delete old projects out of iMovie. So for example, I can go here and I can delete these projects, right? I can delete original, I can delete new, whatever. I can delete this, right? Delete project. Okay, delete, continue, right? Because I've already exported it. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I don't need it, right? I have it off in a folder somewhere. Here's the problem. All the files that were used to create that edited piece actually still exist. So for example, see, they're still here. It kept all the base files here. So when I uploaded it into iMovie and then edited it down from, let's say, 19 minutes down to 13 minutes or whatever, it kept the original file, the 13-minute file here. So now you have to come into events and you have to delete all the little pieces. And if you've done many projects, there's going to be like multiple pieces out here. This is the original event. It's got 3 pieces in it, so it'll have the music, it'll have the original file, and then it'll have the CTA that I threw in there, right? So it's got 3. So you're gonna have to also delete this. Make sure that as you're going through, you don't just delete these projects when you're done and when you've exported them. You need to go in and actually delete all the original footage, whatever you've got in here, because even if you delete the project, it'll have all of this stuff saved back in here. So that's pretty much it on iMovie. It's an okay software, like it's free if you have a Mac or iMac, so you should use it if you don't want to pay for something else. It takes a little bit longer, like that editing out of everything, that hour that I spent, you can do that. There's other editing softwares that'll just do that automatically for you, and I'll have some other walkthroughs on those softwares coming up, but iMovie works. It's a little bit of extra work, but you can do it. So that's all for now. Just comment if I missed something or you can't figure something out. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.